Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Nation Wants to Know and I'm Swati Joshi. 2 days before polls, the battle for Assam has turned personal and provocative. Now it's like watching a soap opera only with a political twist. CM candidates Gaurav Gogoi and Himanta Biswa Sarma are not just charging at each other, but in this political muddle, even families are involved. It all started with Congress leaders levelling allegations against Assam Chief Minister's wife, Riniki Bhuyan Sharma. They allege that Riniki holds 3 passports from UAE, Antigua and Egypt, and that she is not a citizen of India. They also demanded that the Chief Election Commissioner cancel the Chief Minister's candidature as the alleged foreign passports were not declared in the election affidavit. Let's first listen in to the allegations.
This is the passport number 1. This is the golden card of UAE, valid till 2027. Here is the second one. This is Antigua Barbuda, valid until 2031, August. You can show. And the third is very ironically another Muslim country, Egypt. This is also a valid passport of Egypt. Rinki Bhuyan Sarma, valid until 2029. Then I have shown 2 properties of Dubai not declared in Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma's election affidavit. That was number 1. And this is the number 2 title deed of a flat. How can she have 3 passports and continue to be an Indian national? Is she an Indian national first? We want to know that.
But within 24 hours, we saw a climb down from these claims. Congress has not only backtracked, but they've accepted that CM's wife, Riniki Sharma, holds an Indian passport. However, now they have added a new narrative, and that's about a golden visa for Dubai on this passport. Now, for the unversed, golden visa is a residency permit. It doesn't offer citizenship. But let's first listen into Gaurav Gogoi's new version of the allegations.
इनमें 1000 झूठ बोल सकते हैं. इतने दिन से झूठ बोलते आ रहे हैं. इससे पहले कहां उन्होंने अवैध तरीके से जमीन लिया, उसको हमने अपने समय परिवर्तन यात्रा के द्वारा सब लोगों के पास ले गए. तब तो कुछ बोल नहीं पाए. प्रश्न साफ ये है कि क्या आपके परिवार के नाम पे दुबई में गोल्ड कार्ड है कि नहीं? क्या आपके परिवार के नाम पर दुबई में प्रॉपर्टी है कि नहीं? तीसरा, क्या आपने ये चीज़ अपने इलेक्शन एफिडेविट में डिक्लेयर किया है कि नहीं? साफ उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई होना चाहिए, ईडी का केस होना चाहिए, और हमारी सरकार आएगी तो इनके सारे जो अवैध प्रॉपर्टी है, अवैध बिजनेसेस हैं, जो सारे जो गाय की तस्करी से लेके कोयला माफिया तक इनका जो संपर्क है, सब पर विशेष रूप से कार्रवाई किया जाएगा. इन पर कानूनी कार्रवाई होगी.
Now, these claims were fact-checked first by the Chief Minister and then by his wife. Himanta Biswa Sarma highlighted the shoddy AI editing job done by the Congress. Even basic cross-checks like spelling of the surname are missing. A public photo from the internet has been used and even the QR code is invalid. Yet the most funny of it is how Egyptian has been spelled with a double N. And if this wasn't enough, even Assam Chief Minister's wife has directly responded to Gaurav Gogoi. She has termed the allegations as laughable. And on social media, while hitting out directly at Gaurav Gogoi, she declared, "Neither I nor my children nor my husband have any business interests or assets in Dubai or elsewhere outside India." But this is not the end of the story. A false claim, a claim that has been made by the Congress that the BJP calls is false and is fact-checking. There's more, and it's related to Pakistan. Now, the Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, has alleged that Congress is picking up material from a social media group that's affiliated, linked to Pakistan, and Pakistani elements are active and are trying to influence elections in Assam.
During our research, we found the entire material of the press conference which has taken place yesterday was supplied from a Pakistani social media group. In last 10 days, Pakistan channel has done at least 11 talk shows regarding election of Assam, which never happened earlier. And in every talk show, the final conclusion is that Congress should win. Now the Pakistani link to the yesterday's press conference has also now become very apparent.
Now we have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast, and it looks like the pyramid of lies is collapsing. This is what we are picking up from sources. Egyptian embassy has stepped in to offer the truth. Egyptian embassy has said that Pawan Khera's claim about the Egyptian passport of Assam chief minister's wife is fake. The Egyptian embassy further said that this passport is in the name of someone else, and Himanta's wife's picture and name has been pasted on it. This is what we are picking up from our sources, that the Egyptian embassy has issued a clarification that the one that is being displayed, being put out on social media, is not Reniki Sarma's passport. Now, we're also getting you an exclusive reaction from the Chief Minister's wife, Reniki Sharma, who earlier took to social media to put out a clarification and also hit out at the Congress party. This is what she had to say while speaking to us.
Today, if I ask you, you being an Indian citizen, is it possible to have 3 passports being an Indian citizen? Yes or no?
No.
So that says it all. It is a mad dog biting Congress from the top rung to the lowest rung, and they are running berserk, and they don't know where their directions are. And the worst part is that they are setting such a bad example, a playbook for the upcoming youngsters of Assam, because everybody has got a mobile and everybody has got an AI thing in them. It is actually a shameful for the entire Congress party. What kind of precedents are they setting for the people of Assam?
This connection went to Park connection again, and whatever documents they have collected, and CM sir have given a presser today in early morning, it's connected to the Pakistani links. They have collect those passport from Pakistan media agency group, and the name which CM sir also have cleared on the English version they have changed it, but the Arabic version they haven't changed it, and ultimately when you go and check the particular data, it belongs to some other person whose name was we already have mentioned earlier.
Actually, the only problem is that I happen to be the wife of the most performing chief minister of Assam. And that is the reason why I'm saying they are going berserk. And if you see all the Pakistan, my birth date is coming somewhere, I don't know, around 1996 or where they have. And totally it has been checked. It is a forged document, and everybody is congratulating me. I have become 3 years younger now. You should also congratulate me, because as a lady, I would love to have being a younger all the age.
All right, let's open this up and let's go across to our guests. We're joined by Shazia Ilmi, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have Tushar Gupta, political analyst on the panel, Khaliqur Rahman, leader Congress, and Syed Asad Abbas, also a political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Khaliqur Rahman, is the Congress party resorting to fakery to win elections and to drag the chief minister's family?
Yeah, good evening to you, Swati-ji, and to all my co-panelists and to all your viewers. In fact, we have, seen and heard the complete press conference of Mr. Pawan Khera yesterday, wherein he has produced all this, the documents, and especially with regard to the 3 passports held by the honorable wife of the honorable CM of Assam. And he also said that, if need be, he is ready to, produce the more evidence, in fact. So I think let's, wait for more evidence to be produced by Pawan Khera.
But then right after that happened, Himanta Biswa Sharma's press conference. Did you not go through that?
Yeah.
He's already providing proof of fakery.
Yeah, coming to that. Now, the allegation of, the Pakistani link. I think the BJP is in power. BJP should, because all the power is there in their hands, so they can, in fact, investigate and find out, whether any Pakistani link is there. Because, an allegation that, this entire thing has been sourced through a Pakistani thing. So I think that, the BJP should do that.
A case has already been filed, sir. An FIR has been registered. There are top legal voices like Mr. Jethmalani who are weighing in on this, saying that, as long as it was just a verbal allegation, it was fine. But the moment you provide tampered documents, manipulated documents to substantiate as evidence to back your claims, it becomes a criminal defamation case.
Yeah, so that's what, because Pawan Khera has already said that if need be, he's ready to produce the further, evidence.
What are you waiting for if need be? Just put it out. Just counter the chief minister. Say that the chief minister is lying.
Yeah, he will do it.
When?
Yeah. See, chief minister has, given his press conference, and then against that,
He did not just do a press conference. He has busted what he calls are only lies and propaganda of the Congress party. Now his wife has also spoken 2 times now. In that exclusive conversation, she's saying she's been targeted just because she's the chief minister's wife.
No, it's not like that. See, because definitely, what happens is if you're the chief minister's wife, definitely you come under a scanner. Then when compared to, this thing, because the elections are happening actually, and one is supposed to, disclose everything in the election affidavit. So what Pawan Khera has actually, picked it up is from the election affidavit.
Even you're finding it a little difficult to justify what Pawan Khera has said, because Rinki Boyan Sharma, while speaking to Times Now, has also made it absolutely clear that these are fake, false allegations. I want Shazia Ilmi to come in. Shazia Ilmi, Gaurav Gogoi, right after Pawan Khera's entire press conference, perhaps the Congress party, realizing that they've taken it too far, has now stopped mentioning the 3-passport theory. Gaurav Gogoi now says, talk about the assets, talk about business owned by the family and assets owned by the family abroad.
This is not politics. This is just desperation. And my theory is, and my belief is, that if we really want to fabricate these conspiracy theories, cheat and lie, at least do it well. Because it's been done in such a shoddy manner that anybody can call it out. You just showed what Egyptian embassy had to say. And to use public photos instead of a passport photo itself is a giveaway. So the unverified documents, WhatsApp forwards, and dubious pictures doing the rounds, and that is being passed off as some kind of evidence. You just heard Briniki Sarma has categorically denied holding any foreign assets or passports. And, as Himanta Biswa Sarma ji said, it takes $199, about $200 to just register a company. But you have to have more. So this is classic Congress playbook, wild allegation, amplify them on social media. Tell me something, why didn't they take it to court? Why do they have to do all these khulasas and big press conferences alone? What stops them from taking it further? I mean, this is just sheer desperation. And why are you so uncomfortable with scrutiny? The same thing. I mean, this is just Congress, whether it's Pegasus or Rafale, of course, when they went to court. When we went to court, you know what happened. But it's just the same old story. Just say anything, anytime. This is only to, and let me tell you why this is being done. It's only because Sonia Gandhi's passport and her citizenship has been mentioned, and also because Gaurav Gogoi's wife's Pakistan links have been exposed.
Okay.
So if this is a way to take revenge, please do it properly and not so shabbily and shoddily as Congress has done.
Okay. Sayyid Abbas, nakal ke liye bhi akal chahiye. That's what Shazia Ilmi is saying. And she's also asking, why don't you take it to court? Why just limit yourself to a mere press conference?
Through India's highest watched channel, Times Now, I really request the Congress party to kindly take it to the courts. They must definitely. The fact of the matter is, let us understand, this man Himanta Biswa Sarma, who's an absolute hate monger, an Islamophobe, who officially BJP's handle produces a video which shows him air rifle shooting against Muslims wearing skull cap. It's absolutely wrong and hateful.
he issues a clarification
on
that.
And I tell you,
he
the
issues
same
a clarification on
has
that
his,
as well.
Ma'am, no amount of clarification can take away the hurt that has caused our community. Can I do that against other religions and say, oh, and make a clarification? Absolutely no. It was produced by an official handle of the BJP. So BJP and Himanta Biswa Sarma should take responsibility for it.
But is that what the press conference was for? Is that what the press conference was for? Was it called for that video?
Ma'am, I'm getting there. If you allow me just 30 seconds uninterrupted time, ma'am. Thank you very much. Two of the countries where Riniki ji has her passport is a Muslim country. Egypt is another Muslim country, UAE, another country which is Antigua. So you piggyback on these two countries, which are Muslim countries. Let them go to the court. I will not take Pawan Khera's gospel truth, neither will I take Riniki.
But you already said that she has those 3 passports and one of them is a Muslim country. When you're reiterating that, you only bought that theory. That's why you're reiterating.
Coming just, ma'am. Allow me, ma'am. Please allow me the time, ma'am. You're breaking my flow. Second point, let me tell you, Swati ji, the fact of the matter, this same man, I don't believe why. Sharda chit fund scam, multi-crore scam. Who was named in this scam? Himanta Biswa Sarma. What happened to the CBI
You will
ED
talk
case
about
on him?
everything
Silent
else.
because
You
he
will-
jumped
you will
from a
just-
Congress
you
to
will
a
talk about
BJP.
everything else because
This
Then
is the
that
truth.
should have
Ma'am, I
been
did not
the
interrupt
focal
you.
point of the
Don't
press
get so
conference,
rattled.
sir. I
This
asked
is
you a
not
direct
fair.
question.
Don't get so rattled.
I asked you a direct question. You
Don't
keep
get
on
so
changing your
rattled.
goalpost in every other sentence.
Firstly, nobody is changing the goalpost, ma'am. Firstly, I'm on a very weak line here. Kindly do not interrupt and ask the BJP spokesperson not to get so rattled. Allow mere mortals like us to speak, please. The fact of the matter, I have zero faith in a Himanta Biswa Sarma who jumps parties because CBI ED was behind his life to put him behind bars in the Sharda multi-chit fund scam, multi-crore scam. Not just that, the same man who's a hate monger, who's a Islamophobe, who is not fit to be a politician, I do not take his word, ma'am. Let me not take Pawan Khera's word also. I would want a Supreme Court.
So then you're not choosing a
monitored
stand. You're not
investigation
choosing a
on
stand. I
this,
want to bring in
where
Tushar Gupta.
doodh ka doodh
Tushar
aur
Gupta.
pani ka
I want to
pani
bring in
ho
Tushar
jaye.
Gupta. Tushar Gupta, now the entire goalpost has been changed. Gaurav Gogoi is talking about the golden visa. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you mention that in your affidavit? That's what Gaurav Gogoi is speaking. He's entirely dropped the 3 passport theory, by the way.
It's no surprise that less than a week before the state goes to polls, the Congress has come up with this wild, unsubstantiated allegation. And this is their standard toolkit now. Go for AI manipulated literature, sell it as the gospel truth, and when the threat of defamation arrives, just back down the claims. And then they have their supporters on social media saying, oh, why don't you take it to the court? What is the basis of an allegation that has zero value, zero evidence, zero foundation to go to the court? Absolutely nothing. This is purely a tactic to dent the vote share of the BJP in Assam, to sow the seeds of doubt amongst the voters and to hope that some damage is caused as it was done during the Lok Sabha elections of 2024 in Uttar Pradesh. Remember, an AI manipulated video of Amit Shah that we'll take away reservations was also circulated amongst the people, and that did have some damage with the against the BJP's prospects. But I have a complaint of the BJP also, Swati. Time and again, we've seen that the Congress uses AI manipulated literature. Where is the action from the BJP? Now, Himanta and his wife are saying that they'll file a defamation case against Pawan Khera. Then that defamation case needs to be taken to its rightful conclusion. Because if the BJP cannot do it, then the Congress will have all the incentive in the world to run another AI campaign before the UP elections, before the Lok Sabha elections of 2025. Then there is nothing stopping them, because by their inaction, the BJP is actually incentivizing the likes of Pawan Khera and Sayyid Asad Abbas here, who say, oh, if you have 3 passports, prove it in the court. If I make an unsubstantiated claim against you, Swati, or Shazia Ilmi here, then do I say that you need to go to the court? Absolutely not. That's not how it works. But it's not about the courts. It's not about the passports. It's just about creating doubt in the minds of the voters less than a week before the polls and to dent the vote share of the BJP. And BJP needs to take legal action. If they cannot, they should be prepared for more such attacks in the future. And after probably they lose an election, they realize the magnitude of the damage the Congress is doing with such fakery, with such nonsense, which they continue to ignore for reasons God knows.
Shazia Ilmi, Tushar is saying nip this in the bud. Don't let such fake allegations be leveled in the future or any whataboutery around it. Take stringent action.
No, this is complete fakery and thuggery. We know what happened before the elections, the national elections, about how Samvidhan Khatre mein hai and BJP will change the constitution. So this actually did go around. But in this case, Renika ji has actually taken it to court and has taken legal recourse. There's an FIR that has been, made. So it is going to be taken up. Yes, one has to counter these allegations, but beyond a point, like, remember the story about SIR? That changed.
No,
even
but
this
Tushar
story
has
is
a point,
changing.
because when you talk about that Samvidhan Badal Do campaign, we saw its impact, not to the fullest, but during the Lok Sabha election, the impact was felt. So Tushar is absolutely right when he's talking about that particular point, Shazia.
Like in this case, Pawan Khera himself has mellowed down from 3 passports to golden visa. So obviously there is confusion there, and they are scared of defamation. So legal recourse is very important. But I think, there's only this much you can do with these lies.
Okay.
And nobody believes it. And that just shows a sheer desperation and exasperation of Congress party, which stands nowhere in the picture, that they have to resort to this. So it's quite sad. I mean, I feel bad for them, because actually their lies, their conspiracies and canards are being called out.
Okay. Okay, we have rebuttals coming in. First, Tushar Gupta, then Mr. Abbas. Very quickly.
Look, again, Shazia is being too generous here, saying Pawan Khera has mellowed down. Information travels faster than the speed of light in this digital age. Once those claims have been made, can the BJP, can Shazia Ilmi, can Swati Joshi, or can I ensure that every claim is fact-checked, even as a political stakeholder or as an analyst? No, you cannot. That is why it's very, very important to disincentivize such claims being made in the future. To say, oh, they have mellowed down in 24 hours. In 24 hours, people can change their decision on who they want to vote for.
Absolutely.
A 5 percentage point jump or a drop in any party's vote share can change elections. So to say, oh, he's mellowed down, he's backed down from his claims, this is not the solution. Taking a defamation case to its rightful conclusion with, proper conviction is the solution, which the BJP for some reason doesn't realize.
Okay, Mr. Abbas.
स्वाति जी, पब्लिक है ये सब जानती है, झूठ का झूठ और पानी का दूध का दूध, झूठ का झूठ, पानी का पानी, सब कुछ निकल जाएगा. The fact of the matter is, Swati ji, have contested elections, and when you contest elections, on your affidavit, yours and your spouse, all your respective properties, assets, liabilities, all of that needs to be mentioned there. I have absolutely no problem in Riniki ji buying properties in Dubai, Australia, America, anywhere, but kindly mention. Whereas you have not mentioned there. Apparently, Riniki ji, as Pawan Khera ji, owns a company in Wyoming, USA. No mention of that. 2 properties in Dubai. No mention of that.
The wife has just denied all those allegations about owning these properties and businesses abroad. And Mr. Khalikur Rahman, unfortunately, public court nahi jayegi. BJP ko khud apne aap ko defend karna padega and Congress party ko explanation dena padega. So public will not go to the court.
See, because now, especially I would like to refer to what Himanta Biswa Sarma ji said with regard to the Pakistani link. If, the Pakistani link, as he has said, is there, then is it the failure of the, the intelligence, or is the failure of the BJP government that they could not track this? I mean, because this, in fact, puts a big question mark on the BJP's, and the national security management. So I think simply, making an allegation, linking it to the Pakistani link,
Absolutely.
putting BJP
Merely making an allegation does not suffice. Perhaps like Tushar is suggesting, the BJP also needs to go court against this, and the Congress party also. You will have to defend yourself and prove whether the other person's allegations holds enough water, and see whether it stands in the court. Shazia and gentlemen, thank you very much. That's all the time we have for the debate. Thank you for joining us.